I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you, Alice.
Okay.
Again, Alice is with Families at the Forefront of Technology, and she's going to be our first presenter today, followed by someone from Electronic Caregiver. So, Alice, we'll turn it over to you.
All right. Yeah, thanks, Dustin. And congratulations to you for getting Disability Cocoon up and running. I remember first talking about it in Ohio last year, and look how far you've come. Pat yourself on the top. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, so as Dustin mentioned, I live in Colorado. I live in Glenwood Springs, Colorado. I've been doing a lot of things with technology, for over 12 years. And the reason I've been doing things with technology is because of my daughter, Kara. That's Kara and Phoebe. Kara had a severe traumatic brain injury when she was 5. She was hit by an out-of-control skier and spent 2 months in a coma. And as she came out of her coma, we realized that she would be paralyzed on one side. She has no ability to read or tell time other than very basic sight words, has no money concepts. Anyway, lots and lots of challenges, but Kara's always wanted to live on her own, and because of technology, I've been able to make that happen. Like Dustin said, I do speak throughout the country, but I usually speak about high technology things. I speak about tablets and smartphones and apps and smart speakers, Amazon Alexa, Google. But recently I was asked to do a series of 3 workshops in Colorado, and the first workshop they asked me to do was just on assistive technology, just what is assistive technology, and I was asked to do, just give some demonstrations of some basic assistive technology. And as I was preparing that, I really learned a lot about, wow, if we hadn't laid the foundation with some basic low-tech things, Kara would never be as successful as she is. And those are some of the ideas I want to share with you today. As I was doing the presentation on assistive technology, I found definitions for assistive technology, universal design, but I really have adapted this definition that Tennessee is using. Tennessee's doing a lot with technology. I love the definition of enabling technologies because honestly, that's what it's all about. Equipment and or methodology that alone or in combination with associated technologies provides the means to generate giant leaps in performance and capabilities of the user. And honestly, as Dustin is doing his disability cocoon work, I honestly see that that's what we're doing. We're definitely enabling technologies to support people to have giant leaps in their performance and capabilities. As I'm preparing my initial talk on assistive technology, I started thinking about what I have done and what we have done to make Kara successful. Again, she's paralyzed on one side. She has no use of her left arm at all, and she wears a brace on her left leg. But one-handed thinking guides me with everything that I add. Or whatever person you're working with, think about the challenges they face just to do day-to-day activities. Think about what tools and adaptations can help them to support independence. I've always focused on what Kara can do, not so much what she can't do. I'm a registered nurse by training, and one of my most frustrating things would be going to work at the hospital and not finding the blood pressure machine or the electronic thermometer, things like that. And I always would say, just give me the tools to do my job. Just give me the tools. And as I looked through Kara's house, I realized that we really gave her a lot of tools that she needed to do the job, to have an independent life. I also realized that she would not be nearly as successful in her life with all the bright, shiny technology things if we hadn't laid the foundation with low technology to support her independence. And I'm going to share some of the ideas that we've come up with to support that independence in her. My personal favorite of enabling technologies is colored electrical tape. And as I go through this presentation, you'll see all the many uses that I use for colored electrical tape. Low cost, low stress, comes in all kinds of different colors, as you can see on my on the screen as well. We color code things. Green means go, red means stop. We've color coded all kinds of things. I even am color coding things at my house as I'm aging as well. I'm using yellow tape to color code things because it's a nice visual for me to see things. But it's low cost, it's low stress, and highly, highly functional. Puff paints, I've not used puff paints myself in Kara's house, but I've heard other people use puff paints. It can do some of the same, promote some of the same things that colored electrical tape can, but it will give a tactile feel as well. It comes in all kinds of different colors. I think this picture that I brought up, I stole from Google Images. It's from Walmart. I think it was like $10 for this whole thing of puff paints, but it works on all kinds of elements: fabric, wood, glass, metal, paper, more. I've seen people use it on knobs on stoves for a tactile touch, so people can match up the bright colors and also feel where they need to turn the knob on the stove for like maybe a medium heat. I would certainly, if Kara had issues, use it on some of her dishwasher or her wash machine. I can certainly see the use for puff paints, but again, very low cost and a great visual and tactile aid for people that may need it to identify things in their house by touch and with limited sight. One of the other things that I use a ton of is just plain old shelf liner. I've gotten a little error here on the teal colored shelf liner. I've worked with a lot of occupational therapists through the years, with Kara and certainly working in the hospital. And they use this product called Dyson. It keeps things, it doesn't allow things to slide or skid at all. You can order it on Amazon.com, but it's pricey. It's expensive. This shelf liner, I can get a big roll of shelf liner from probably about $5. It's got a really nice texture to it. I'm gonna hold, it matches my shirt. Texture to it. It comes in all kinds of different colors, and it really, once I put an object on it, things are not going to slip and slide at all. Dyson is maybe a little bit better for that if you've got someone who really maybe has some spasticity and really pushes against items more. Dyson is probably going to be a better choice, but we've had great luck with shelf liner for a lot of different reasons. You can also buy a rug pad, which I've got my arrow on. Again, very low cost. You can get all kinds of different sizes. The foamy part of the rug pad is a little bit denser than that of the shelf liner, and I've used that on things that I really don't want to slide much in our house. But all three products are equally as good. But again, I'm low cost, low stress, so I'm going to go for a shelf liner or a rug pad way before I go to Dyson. The next, I'll show you an idea for using a shelf liner. We literally have tiny little pieces under anything in Kara's house that needs to be stabilized for that one-handed use. Again, because she only has use of hand, sometimes if she is on something too hard or tries to pick something up and it slides, it's really frustrating for her. But we use it under everything. She does a lot of cookie baking, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes. But when she's doing her cookie baking, we put it under her mixing bowls. I've got a lot of just little squares of the shelf liner in my kitchen cabinet drawers because it's great to open jars. It just grips and there you go. Probably if I looked around my house, I'd see a lot of ways that I've used shelf liner as well under furniture and things like that to keep things from sliding. But I've got it in the example here just as a placemat, low cost. Wash it out, dry it. These, her things on her kitchen table don't slide at all when she's got a shelf liner or a rug pad component on it to keep things from slipping and sliding. There's an example of the colored electrical tape. Kara's medications, we do a week at a time. I start with the green and go to the red. We use blue. We always use green for good morning. Again, a kind of a color code type of thing for her. Blue for bedtime. I've bought probably every weekly medication container in Glenwood Springs with green and blue, just so that I have them on hand. But again, we start at the green, we go to the red. Kara does double check with Alexa, what is it? Again, I use a lot of stuff as well, but initially used a talking clock. We got a little talking clock for, oh gosh, I think maybe about $25. She'd tap it and it would say, today is Tuesday, June 26th. So then she would just go to the T. And she has never, maybe very rarely misses a medication. She's very, very good about taking her medications. Works great for us. Again, low cost, low stress. In the kitchen, I do a lot of visuals in her kitchen as well. The other thing that I do, I buy universal design products. Again, she only has the use of that one hand, so she needs to be successful in opening containers. We do mark the coffee pot again with that colored electrical tape. Although at this point, she's made her coffee so much, she doesn't need it. But when she first moved into her house, we definitely needed to give her those visual cues. And again, I did red was off, green was on. Her little coffee container, she can open one-handed. It's got a little flip lid here, so she can just with one hand go in and flip that lid, pop it open, and then she'll put her 3 scoops of coffee in the coffee container. These are universal design products that I use for her. Universal design means it's not for special needs. It's going to benefit any of us, no matter what kind of challenges we have, or if we don't have challenges. Again, she can pop that with just one hand, get out the items that she needs. We're into making smoothies right now, lots and lots of smoothies. So she'll put almonds and sunflower seeds and things like that in it. Walmart, I got this product at Walmart. In Glenwood Springs, my friends and I say, where do we shop, Walmart or Target? So again, nothing fancy, no, low cost, low stress. This again is a nice universal design product. This is Target. She just has to touch the lid. The lid, she can very easily pick up that lid one-handed, take it off, get what she needs out of there, and then put the lid down again to seal it. Again, very, very low cost. I think both of these products are certainly less than $10. And what a difference they've made for her to be able to manage just some basic things in her kitchen. Other things in her kitchen, these are for her cereal on top of her refrigerator. There are containers that she can open one-handed. We just pour the cereal in it. We'll use scissors, cut the cereal open, the plastic, and then pour it into the containers. And she does great with that. Again, a blender. Since I took this picture, I put a green line up here so she can put her milk in up to that level. It was like, oh, she can, yeah, she'll just put the milk to that level, and then she'll add the fruits and protein powder. But one-handed for her, she does great with making her smoothies now. We've since updated her coffee pot too. You can see that in the background. I still have the red and green there, but yeah, she does fine with that. I've got really easy access to her spices. And the other thing I've realized as she's doing cooking and things, why does she need to buy an onion and chop an onion? She can buy minced onion and there's no need to chop it. She can just pour in what she needs with her cooking. The same with a lot of her spices. I just look at the easy way that she can do things one-handed and independently. On her refrigerator, initially, to be honest, we put the yellow tape in when she had a roommate just to define what was her side and what was her roommate's side. But then we found that the yellow tape was a really good visual for her. On the top shelf, we put a Lazy Susan so she could get the items that she needs easily without having to really reach in the refrigerator and maybe lose her balance or something. So the Lazy Susan works really well, and the yellow visual works great too. I found a little wire basket, probably at Target or Walmart, and put other items that she uses frequently in that. She can just pull out the basket for easy access, again, with the items that she's going to use a lot. Her refrigerator is not huge, and this has worked out great for us. Again, Lazy Susan. Oh, shoot, let me go back. Oh, sorry. There we go. Again, Lazy Susan, I think I got it at probably Walmart, again, less than $10. The basket, I'm not Walmart or Target. Again, low cost, but what a difference it's made for her for independence as well. With cooking, a lot of her cooking she does in the microwave or a crock pot. We color code that too, again, for ease of use. This is when puff paint could come in really handy, maybe for a tactile thing for someone cooking in a crock pot. I would put, besides the electrical tape, if you were using puff paint, I'd put some puff paint on different spots. I need to mark off and low and high. It would be a really good use of the puff paints. We've labeled her microwave to cook 1 minute at a time. I've got a little green dot down here. So when she cooks, and we use an app that guides her through cooking, when she cooks, it'll tell her to touch the 1 minute timer 3 times, or cook for 3 minutes. So she'll just touch that 3 times. There's a big story about that, but I won't go into that. But we wanted to make sure that she didn't touch these pads here by accident here, like maybe instead of 3, hit 300, 30 minutes instead of 3 minutes. So that's why we added the 1 minute timer access, and she's done really well with that. The house that she lives in, this was just an empty cupboard space. We do have Lowe's in Glenwood Springs. So we added some pull-out drawers to put her, to allow her easy access to her pots and pans. A lot of the newer houses have those things built in, the pull-out drawers in their cabinetry and things, but we didn't have that for Kara, so we added that, and it's been great. No problem at all with adding that. Again, I don't remember the cost on that, but it certainly wasn't very much at all, and it was an easy project to do, like in an afternoon, just to allow her easy access to her pots and pans. The cookie cart. Kara bakes cookies every week for the policemen and the fire department in Glenwood Springs. She's been doing it for years. So we created a cookie cart for her. Again, we put things, even she's a non-reader, but she's made her cookies so much that at this point, these have become sight words for her. The oatmeal's a sight word, flour's a sight word. Her spices are right there. We just created something that when she goes to make her cookies, again, she has support when she makes her cookies. She's the one pulling out the items that she needs so she can say that I did it. So the cookie cart has worked really well for us. We got the initial cart from Walmart for I think $20 12 years ago, and it's held up really well. I'm amazed how well it's held up. But if you have someone who maybe is into some arts and crafts or anything that you could use a cart on wheels for, there are really easy ways to organize it to allow a person that's using it to have success. We've really, I was just looking, that little basket has her raisins in it and chocolate chips and things like that. So yeah, she makes a mean cookie. The policemen and the firemen love it when Kara comes to deliver cookies to them. Her pantry, I really put a lot of time and thought into her pantry. And what I found with her is that less is best. And what I mean by that is that we're not going to stock up on a lot of items for her. She's legally blind. She lost half the vision in both eyes, so vision is an issue for her. And if she has a lot of things crowded in the pantry, she can't organize, she can't plan, and it just makes it really confusing for her. So we live by the philosophy that less is best. Again, in her pantry, and it's a small house that she lives in, I added some wire storage things, Walmart or Target, to put the items that she needs in there, the things that she might like, stock items like soups, and I think she's got peanut butter there, and she loves Mexican, so we've always got an extra can of refried beans and chilies and stuff. So so that's pretty much the basic of the stock things that we keep, other than maybe some cereals and things over here. What we do with her meals, try to have the beginning ingredients for the meals for the week in each of these baskets. It looks like this night she was going to have probably a tuna casserole. I think she's got macaroni and tuna there. This looks like some kind of a Mexican dish. But I've also made pictures of the meals that she makes. So she or her support person will put a picture of the meal she's going to make there. And I can't see that picture right there, but I don't have a picture there. I guess it's clear enough that we know what she's doing. But at the end of a shopping period, all 4 of these baskets would be filled with the beginning ingredients that she needs for the week for her cooking. So she'll go back and forth from her kitchen to grab what she needs, and then follow the prompts that she has on the app that we use for cooking. But we found that works really well for her to have that less is best philosophy. The other thing that I use a lot, I use snack size sandwich bags. This is her snack wire basket down here. it just helps with portion control. I mean, we all need that. We all eat way too much food, and the individual snack size bags really help a lot. And again, low cost, low stress, but it gives her the independence she needs to go in and get snacks out of her pantry. And I know that she's having a portion control size for it. I use the snack size bags at my house now too, just because it's healthier for me too. For cleaning up after cooking, again, my handy dandy electrical tape. She'll touch that for the cycle, and then she'll touch that to get it to go. You could, again, use that puff paint to mark this, either with colors or that tactile for someone who maybe has some vision issues. They could easily touch the puff paint, and instead of the smooth surface, they could feel the puff paint and know, okay, I push that, and then I push that. We also use individual dish soap packets. It's a little bit more expensive, but then we don't have to worry about measuring things for her. And again, it's all about independence. She needs to be able to do it herself, and she needs to be able to do it one-handed. So that's worked out very well for us. In the bathroom, I really had a lot of ahas when I went in the bathroom about all the adaptations that we've made. But instead of towel bars, we use hooks. There's no way she could manage a towel bar, or if she did, she might pull it down, just too much pressure on it, leaning on it. So we just put hooks up there for her towels. One-handed toilet paper rolls, and it can be over or under, depending on your preference. We've since added, my husband and I have added one-handed paper toilet, can't say it, to our house as well. And yeah, why mess with that funky thing, trying it with the spring and stuff? This works out really well. We just put a basic commode frame over the toilet. We took the bucket out and just put it over the toilet in case, and again, she has hemiparesis. She's very, very mobile, but it just gives her another little boost in case she needs it. But very, very easy. I think a physical therapist that I worked with, we had a salon, I can't remember where we got it, but someone gave it to us and it's worked great for us, but not that expensive. A lot of times you can find them at secondhand stores too. So that's just worked out very, very well for us as well. In the bathroom, we use a 2-in-1 shampoo. It was like, as we struggled with shampoo and conditioner, I was like, oh, well, that's easy. We got a body wash in a pump bottle. Again, everything in a pump bottle, so she can just do it one-handed. Just push it down, get it in her hand, and wash her hair and wash her body. I found a little nylon bag again at Walmart, I think, and we put some bath soap in it so she can put bath soap in that as well. We hang it. She's got some bars in her shower, of course, and a handheld shower, and we just hung it on there so she has total independence in showering. I also always leave a pack of baby wipes by the toilet just for hygiene. And I've also seen someone do just a basic Swifter modified to be a wiper with toilet paper. I didn't put a picture of that up because I actually tried to make it, but it was like, no, I'll just talk about it. But again, there's all kinds of easy modifications you can do to promote independence for people in all aspects of their life. In the laundry, my favorite enabling tech at work, I colored electrical tape. We color coded her wash machine. We did take off these things. We set it at, I think we set it at a medium load, and we set it at like hot wash, cool, rinse, or something like that. We took those off. And then we just added colored electrical tape. So she'll load up her washer. She'll spin that around green to green, and then pull it out, and it will start. With the dryer, same thing, green to green, pull it out or push it in, whatever it is, and it starts. We color coded the wash tub because when she first moved in, she would stuff that thing to the max and went off balance a couple of times, and we had to have a wash machine repair. Actually twice. So it was a brand new washer dryer. It was like, oh, I can't afford a new washer and dryer. So I started painting, and then I added my colored electrical tape 12 years ago. That tape is still there. My husband said it'll never stick, and it's still there 12 years later. So she'll just put the clothes up to that line, and we haven't had an off-balance wash machine ever since then. The other thing I've got, she uses the laundry pods. I put a hook there, I have a little basket, and she can reach in there to get the laundry pods. And on top of her dryer, I've the dryer sheets. So again, everything one-handed, nothing at all she can't manage. In her bedroom, we got a touch picture phone. She can touch the picture to call people. I do have Alexa there. We're not talking about Alexa today. She's got a lifeline. She just has a bedside stand, no dressers. This little touch lamp we got way before Alexa. She can just reach over and touch it and the light goes on. Again, no dressers. We arranged her closet so she can easily pull things out. And we have open storage for her knickknacks and things. And I know I'm going over this kind of quickly, but again, it'll be, the webinar will be recorded. If you want to go back and look at these things, they're there for you to see. Home safety was huge. We got a Schlage keyless lock. She doesn't have to carry a key. She just has 4 numbers to remember. It's worked great. On the inside, to know that the door is locked, we line up that red electrical tape. As long as it's in a straight line, we know that it's locked. It could be up and down. She would know that it's unlocked, but it's a great visual. Same on her little kitchen door. It's lined up red to red. Super, super easy to check that. And I'm going to be doing the same to my house. Like I said, as I'm aging, it'll be easy to just see that my door's locked without having to go over and physically check it. Other hints, ideas, we use coat racks. Closet, we don't need for her to hang a big bulky coat on a hanger in the closet. We use a lot of hooks. The bathroom door swings out instead of in. If she would go down with a seizure and the door swung in, we wouldn't be able to help her. We have lever handles on all of the doors in her house. Again, the universal design type concept for all of us makes it easier to open. With Phoebe, little dog, that's actually Gibbs. That's my dog, but he was being a ham to get pictures. We've got a container for dry dog food. She fills that up with water to water. That's her watering. And then I've got, we're using moist dog food, and she uses scissors to cut it open and then pours it in the dish there. She's got her dog treats in one-handed storage there too. This are Phoebe's toys, so she can just easily pull them out. And then we have a one-handed pooper scooper. That's my backyard and give. She's got a one-handed pooper scooper and she uses it all the time. She loves to clean up after Phoebe. She's a great dog owner. So one-handed pooper scooper, $10 a Target. It's great. We have them at our house now too. Again, universal design for all of us. So highly recommend it. In the living room, she's got another picture phone there right here at the, she's got a little table right there. It took us a while to find some good chairs for her, but we've got a chair at good height so she can get in and out independently. Again, we use Alexa, but I'm not going to talk about that today. We've color-coded her, her television controls and DVD controls. At some point, I wanted to have total voice control for TV, but she keeps, Mom, I don't need that. I like doing it myself. So when she's ready, I'll set that up for her. But again, the picture phone there, she just touches a picture. She can call whoever she wants that's on the picture phone, as well as 911. 911 is right there in case she needs it. I'm going to show this video really quickly. I see just so you see Kara in action, but she's just going to show you the chairs that she uses at the table art studio.
Yes.
Hey, did you forget to lock your door? Oh, you forgot in your actressing to do.
Yes, it's not.
You got it?
Yes.
Now you can show how easy it is to get in and out of your chair. Scooch in for dinner or lunch or whatever you're going to have.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Now can you just push away and go show them your art chair? How easy it is to do that? Oh, you got your hand up. There you go. Same thing, just a nice easy chair with 4 legs on wheels, so she can get in and out of your activities independently. How do you like your chairs? And
They're fine.
want to give us give a thumbs up and a smile? Thanks. Yeah, once these chairs were great. Again, we had started out with swivel chairs, and oh my gosh, she'd lose her balance or she'd almost fall out. So once I found these chairs, it was great. Again, office supply for low cost, and she's had those for a couple of years. They've been great. Check the light bulb. I'll just very quickly say that at one point, using Amazon Alexa and a light, I had to reboot and reprogram and all kinds of stuff trying to get the light fixture to work, and realized that the light bulb was burnt out. So it made me think, oh, LED light bulbs. So we put LED light bulbs throughout our house. Definitely, there's a little bit more up front, but so worth it. Those light bulbs will probably outlast me in some of those rooms. And some communities rebates after purchase. Our community gives rebates as long as you keep receipts and send them in, but I highly recommend LED light bulbs. Off-the-shelf products versus special needs. Again, check online first with Amazon, Target, Walmart. Often the products and the special needs catalogs are carried with way less cost. I haven't bought a product from special needs catalog for years. I just refuse to do it. So that's that really well for us. This touch picture phone is great. I think it's like less than $50. I've seen them advertised at Walmart. I'm not sure if I've seen them advertised at Target online. Walmart carries this. So I hope you take away some ideas for enabling technologies with tips from a techie.
Thank you, Alice. So I thought it was important, as we do these tech huddles and we have all these high-tech solutions that we're showing, that we bring Alice on, because sometimes these lower tech and solutions are even better and more useful. And I apologize, but it looks like our other presenter was afraid this was going to happen. Our other presenter has not joined yet. So Alice, I don't know if you have a little bit of time. You had mentioned, and I've seen you present several times on how you're using Alexa and various other apps kind of incorporated in the supportive care. Can you kind of talk a little bit about how you're using those as well?
Yeah, sure. I sure will. Were there questions as I was going through? I guess I want to make sure.
There was one request for your slides. So yes, as a reminder, this is recorded, then I can get this recording out to all of you. Okay. But also, Alice, I will connect you with that person so that maybe you can share your slides with her.
Okay, great. Yeah, and yeah, my email is there too, so that's I'm always happy to do that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, we use Alexa more and more and more. I didn't mention at the beginning of this, but besides Kara with brain issues, my husband had a brain and benign, but he's had a lot of complications, and as he's progressed, he's having a lot of memory and scheduling issues. So between our house and Kate's house, we use Alexa all the time. Alexa has a really cool feature called reminders, and you can say, Alexa, like for example, I used it this morning for Jim. Alexa, remind me at 8:10 today that I need to leave now for cardiac rehab.
Set reminders in the past.
I've got Alexa. Do you hear Alexa right now? She'll probably be talking as I do it.
Right now is Tuesday, June 25th, 2019.
Okay, so she just said what day it is too. But sometimes my husband will get up, can't remember what day it is, so I'll say, Alexa, what day is it? Alexa, what are my reminders? We use the calendar on Alexa. He can say, Alexa, what am I doing today? And if we can add,
I'm not quite sure.
I'm going to turn Alexa off real quick.
Yeah, whenever you're doing these types of things and she's nearby, I hear a lot of people call her the A lady, or I can't remember exactly how other people refer to her, because that happens all the time.
Yeah, but Alexa has so many cool things in it. Like if I need to add something to a calendar, I'll say, Alexa, add to my calendar, and she will talk me through it. Okay, what day is your event? What time is your event? What's the name of your event? We use it at Kara's house as well. So she can ask in the morning, she support people, Alexa, Alexa, what am I doing today? And Alexa say, today is Tuesday, Amy will be here at 9:30. Again, time has no concept to her, but she knows what support person will be there for the day. And I can do that remotely. I can do it on my phone at home. I have her calendar tied to my smartphone, so I can, if her support people have changes to their schedule, I can do it remotely. I don't even have to be at her house to do it. And there's all kinds of cool skills too. Skills are like apps. A lot of them are free. Some of them aren't, or most of them are free. Some of them aren't worth your time, just like some apps aren't worth your time. But I found that we stick maybe with 3 or 4 skills with Alexa, with Kara. We do more at our house, but I love Alexa. I'm more of an Alexa person than Google Home. I did buy Google Home just because I wanted to be, just to compare the 2 of them, but I think Alexa has way more features than Google Home that are functional for our family.
Interesting. You had mentioned a touch lamp that Kara is using right now that you had purchased before the Alexa. Now that you have Alexa, is Kara, controlling lighting in her home through voice activation through Alexa, or?
Yeah, she is. She's doing more and more lighting. We survive on Alexa. Jim loves Alexa. Turn on television. He loves it. He loves we have Alexa. We have smart plugs throughout our house, so we use it all the time. Kara initially was a little hesitant. She's pretty independent, and she said, "Mom, I can turn the lights on just fine myself." But I'm always thinking ahead that, okay, what if something happens? She can't get to turning on a light. When she broke an ankle with a seizure and was in a wheelchair for a couple of months. So, I think about those scenarios happening again. So what I did to hook her, I connected her Christmas tree to an Alexa smart plug. And about 2 years ago, and she would say, "Alexa, turn on Christmas tree." And the tree would light up, and then saying, "Alexa, turn off Christmas tree," and the light would go off. So now she does like Alexa. She's got one smart plug in her living room and one in her bedroom, but she still likes that touch lamp. That's fine.
Yeah.
But she's comfortable seeing the value of Alexa, and she's comfortable using it. And that was my end goal with that.
Yeah, that makes sense. We use the smart plugs as well, and also the exact example that you gave. We had a Christmas tree plugged into it, and I was the one that got in there and programmed it and set the phrase to turn it on and off. And my wife and children could never remember, is it turn on the Christmas tree or turn on the Christmas tree lights? And my wife would get so frustrated with it that she eventually just went and unplugged it, I think, and just plugged it in old fashioned. And then my daughter also uses that to turn lighting and heating on and off in
Right.
small animal enclosures. So one of the things that I've noticed for those of you that are on is that, a lot of the individuals that we're serving have non-standard speech patterns that sometimes Alexa has a difficult time understanding. And we had on a previous Tech Huddle a company called Voice It. They're actually out of Israel. And they're creating algorithms that will run kind of on top of the Alexa platform that can actually learn those non-standard speech patterns, so that an individual that may have a speech impediment or doesn't communicate in a typical way that Alexa would understand, Alexa can actually learn their speech patterns. So it's that those types of things are opening up, I think, a broader use for these types of things and for more people. So just, I don't know, some thoughts that ran through my mind as you were talking there.
Right. That's exciting. There's a speech therapist in the Denver area that uses cognitive communication. And I'm not sure which program she uses, but she has the individual that she works with, Alexa, understand their speech patterns from their augmentative communication as well. And it's been really fun to watch what it does with that. The other thing that I've done with Alexa for people that have difficult speech patterns, there's an app I use called Reminders app. And I can program in, I can say things in the Reminders app and ask Alexa to turn on the lights, to do different things, to, play Elton John on Pandora. As long as my smartphone or tablet is close enough to Alexa, and she hears those reminders, she'll respond and do what I ask her to do. So there are certainly workarounds, again, for people that have speech articulation issues.
So Alice, you are also somewhat of an app guru, and have used many, many different apps, well, yourself, but also Kara has used many different apps. What, is there any that stand out to you as apps that people should be looking at, or at least just be aware of?
Yeah, well, my two standards that I talk about all the time, and certainly if people are interested, please email me and I'll send you a link to the apps. We use Tello for step-by-step picture and audio prompting for Kara for her cooking. We've also created kind of a life story with Pictello so that when things happen to my husband and I'm very realistic about that someone could just come in and watch Kara's life story on Pictello and know all about her. We use an app called Reminders app that Kara programs her own voice, and she'll tell herself all day long what to do. It's a phenomenal app. It costs $1.99, and I would be happy to share that with people. Again, just email me and I'll send you information about it. But Kara is a woman who has no concept of time, and unless someone is guiding her, prompting her all day long, she could just sit and just think, get stuck in her head. So having those voice reminders in her own voice has enabled her to live independently. So I'm happy to mail information to anyone that's interested. If they just email, shoot me an email, happy to do that. And I also have some really, I have instructions on how to use both the apps. I'm happy to send that as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, the other thing that I talk about apps is when I look at apps now, because I'm an appaholic, you know that, Dustin. I have like hundreds. I've looked at hundreds of apps. I'm truly an appaholic. But I've learned through the years that when I look at an app now, I really spend some time looking at it before I buy it. I'll look at when it was made, when it was last updated. If an app has not been updated, like within maybe a year's time, that shows me that the developer is not putting time and energy into the changes that are going on. I use Apple apps mainly because those are the best apps that I found. So I really spend some time studying an app now before I even take the time to download it. I know with one of the operating systems, I think it was operating system 11 update, some of the older apps hadn't been kept up, they hadn't been updated, and they were dropped from the Apple App Store. So I don't want to find an app that I really love and all of a sudden find it's not updated and I can't use it anymore. So I would caution you, if you're looking at apps, to look at when it's last updated and also what platform it's going to run on, what system it's going to run on. So that's kind of some of my hints. And I read the reviews. And in each review, you're going to see someone who says, "Oh, best app I've ever had." Someone's going to say, "Worst app I ever had." But I look at consistently the star rating. If it's 4 stars and above, and it's got more good reviews than bad reviews, then I definitely will spend the time to research that app.
Yeah, that was actually going to be my last question for you. You must have been reading my mind, is what to evaluate them. So perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Well, any other questions from anybody else out there for Alice? If you have any questions, go ahead and throw them in there. I really apologize. I've been kind of monitoring email here, hoping that our second presenter would jump on last minute. Must have been something happened. So really apologize for that for anybody that was looking forward to hearing about electronic caregiver. I'm going to reach out and see what's happened today, and hopefully we can get them rescheduled. So just watch the emails that come through from there to see when that one gets rescheduled. So if there are no other questions from Alice, Alice, thank you for doing this.
You're
good
welcome.
to see you again. And
always good to see you, Dustin. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for going a little off script there at the end and spending a little extra time with us. So tell Kara and Jim I said hello.
Will do. Okay. Yeah. Nice to see you.
All right. Thanks, everyone. And we will not have a tech huddle next week. We're taking a week off for the holiday. But the week after that, we're going to be doing a live tech huddle from the Tech Lab, which is an AT type lab up in the Chicago area that I'm actually going to go up there, and we're going to do it in person with them. So should be interesting. So hope to see you all next week. And Alice, thanks again. And
yeah,
talk to you all soon.
All righty. Bye-bye. Bye.